Hey folks, this is your host, the one, the only Thrifty Gamer 83 here, bringing you my review of Winback Covert Operations on the Nintendo 64. Winback Covert Operations is by far one of my favorite games of all time. It really just set the mold as a cover-based shooter and stealth game. It really is showcasing what the Nintendo 64 is capable of. It is just a great little title. It's one I had forgotten about for years, but then I saw an advertisement for it on Pinterest, and I said, you know what? I really forgot this game. I had it back when I was a teenager. I had read about it, pored over articles about it, looked it up online, and I just said, I have to have it. And then a little while ago, I said, you know what? I really have to have this game. And to me, it's just setting the stage for games like Metal Gear Solid 2 and games like Kill Switch and Gears of War, the cover system, and just the dynamics of the game are so integral to what we have seen. And it really is an amazing game. It's an amazing title. It really delivers as a stealth action game. When I was a teenager, you had three games that ultimately decided the stealth genre. You had Siphon Filter, you had Metal Gear Solid, and as well, you had Winback Covert Operations, and Winback controls like a dream. I love the pulse-pounding excitement and frenzied music behind it. I love when you lose health that you just have to frantically make decisions. You have to find cover, find a health pack, and I always liked having the 45, I always liked having the shotgun. The silenced pistol, not so much. As with the machine gun, I just liked things that have a lot of power. And Winback certainly delivers that very well. It's one of those games which can take you back. And it really is, for the time, graphically impressive. This was just coming off of Metal Gear Solid, and it was just coming off of Siphon Filter. Bear in mind, those two games visually didn't have the same type of capabilities that the Nintendo 64 brought to the forefront and showcased with Winback. It was kind of like looking and saying, okay, this is how far games can go. Now, where can we put Winback? Where can we put it in the stable of stealth espionage games? And I think you can put Winback towards the top. It's not exactly Metal Gear Solid, and it's not exactly Siphon Filter. Visually, it's more impressive. And as I said before, the controls are very well done. They have a lot of polish behind them. It does take some time getting used to, although you can switch it up. The aiming, as it were, you can switch it from the reversed aiming to proper aiming. And really, when I play Winback, I just think of all those times that I've spent playing games like Gears of War or Siphon Filter, Metal Gear Solid, and I think, hey, you know, Winback wasn't that bad. I think Winback just gets really forgotten about because of how much time has passed, and people don't really see the parallels that the Nintendo 64 was honestly capable of. The attention to detail, the devotion. That is something that was so compelling for me about Winback. deep storyline, the multiple endings. Just like I said before, the pulse-pounding sound of it all. It really does take a little while to get used to, but once you play it, you will enjoy it so much. It's a great game to have. It's a great game to find. It has tons of multiplayer involved. As I said before, I can remember playing this when I was a teenager, so keep that in mind. Being a teenager meant I would bring it over to my older brothers, and we would have just so much fun. Just sitting back, Pepsi, Code Red, Resident Evil 2 afterwards, or maybe some WCW, NW, or Revenge. Yeah, classic Nintendo 64 and classic PlayStation. And I'm glad to have had a game like Winback Covert Operations just to showcase what the Nintendo 64 was honestly capable of, how it could stand on its own properly, and how it could have just dynamic representation, how the characters were well modeled. This was after Metal Gear Solid, so you have to remember that. This was after the bubbles of stealth gaming just being born for the PlayStation, for the Nintendo 64, in various genres. And yeah, there's different palettes that appeal to me in stealth gaming. Alright folks, rant, rave, love, hate, click that subscribe button. You're keeping my show on the air. Have a good one.